This lighting array may look like something out of science fiction. In fact, it's a device being used right now at Lee Memorial Health System. This amazing light gives caregivers the ability to do something that once was just a comic book novelty.
So it's like having Superman's X-ray vision.
Simple, painless, and harmless. Doctors and nurses can see through human skin. This is the Vein Viewer. This is innovation at Lee Memorial Health System. For young patients in pediatric intensive care, being stuck with needles is an unfortunate fact of life.
It stuck me 4 times. It felt awful.
Everybody who comes to our unit gets an IV. There's never a patient who's going to come to the PICU who's not going to require an IV. It's the scariest thing for just about any patient going into the hospital. When you ask them what they fear most, it's going to be the needle sticks.
We're going to go right this way.
Whether that's an adult or a child, but that's definitely true for children.
Using the Vein Viewer means patients get stuck with a needle fewer times. The machine allows doctors to see exactly what they're doing inside the body. They're able to place IVs right the first time, so they don't have to come back and try again and again.
Near-infrared light has been used for years to detect oxygen levels just below the skin. The Vein Viewer takes advantage of the same kind of technology. The viewer's light source emits near-infrared light that is reflected from the tissue surrounding the vein. Light is absorbed by the hemoglobin carrying blood inside the vessel. The rest of the tissue around the veins do not absorb the light, so the veins show up as black lines while everything else is green.
What it does is it basically reads oxygen saturation from veins, sends the information down to the computer, and then it beams it back down Star Trek style on your hand so we can see it in live time on the hand. I can see these dark marks here. Those are the veins.
The remarkable machine has 2 filters that activate at the touch of a button. One filter makes it easier to see through a patient's hair, while the fine filter shows detail on the tiniest patients. The Vein Viewer works regardless of skin tone.
Have you ever had IVs before?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Do they tell you you're a difficult stick?
Yes.
Even on darker skin, where veins are much harder to spot with the naked eye, the viewer has no trouble seeing the blood vessel pathways. The 6-foot-tall device easily wheels down the hall and to a patient's bedside. A versatile extension arm allows it to scan any part of the body. The head of the machine moves up and down. When the print around the green light comes into view, then it's in focus. Despite all the high technology, the method for placing a needle is still the same.
Well, when a nurse goes to start an IV, typically we put that blue tourniquet on their arm to tighten up the return blood flow and get the vein to puff out a little bit. All right. After that, we're going to feel for the bounce of the vein. So this is really the hallmark of this device is being able to see where the best place is for an IV.
When the nurse is palpating, they may be going for a vein that they can feel easily, but it might be one that we would want to preserve. Whereas if they use the machine, they may see something below that site that will preserve that site. If it's a child who's going to be getting long-term antibiotics or something like that, we may not want to stick that vein, even though it may be the one we feel most easily. And with the machine, you may see something that you can stick temporarily and kind of preserve that vein for long-term use.
The machine also provides entertainment that can help reduce the anxiety associated with needles.
Your arm over. We're going to look up your arm a little bit, okay? Now, do you think something like this would help to start your IVs?
Use it as a kind of a distraction for the child. You know, when you talk to them about the whole thing about having Superman vision and can you see under your skin, kind of get them talking about that first, and then put the light on and tell them that now they can see, you know, their veins just like Superman could, and that's going to help us to stick them. Usually, like I said, with school-age kids, that works very effectively.
This green and red lighting array is perfectly safe, even if you were to stare directly at it. This innocuous light gives healthcare professionals an amazing tool. At their fingertips every day, they have the ability to quickly, easily, and painlessly see through skin. For patients, the benefits are clear: fewer needle sticks and better treatment.
There are currently 2 vein viewer machines being used at the Children's Hospital of Southwest Florida. The use of the machines could expand to one day help patients of all ages. For Lee Memorial Health System, I'm Laura Reagan.